Amaka met Chinedu at her cousin's wedding in Enugu. He was charming, confident, and full of promises about the future. In the beginning, life felt perfect. They moved into a small apartment in Lagos, where laughter filled the rooms more than the sound of the noisy generator outside. Evenings were their favorite time. Chinedu would return from work with roasted corn or suya, and they would sit outside talking about the family they hoped to build. When Amaka got pregnant for the first time, Chinedu was over the moon. "My son is coming," he would proudly tell everyone. But when the baby arrived, the nurse smiled and said, "Congratulations, it's a girl." They named her Adaze. Chinedu smiled and said daughters were blessings too. At least that was what he said then. Little did Amaka know that this moment would quietly plant the seed of a storm that would one day destroy their marriage. 2 years later, Amaka became pregnant again. This time Chinedu was even more confident. "My son is on the way," he would say with certainty. Family members began preparing already. His mother even bought small blue clothes for the baby. But the delivery day came, and the baby was another girl. They named her Chimamanda. Chinedu did not celebrate the way he did with the first child, and for the first time, Amaka began hearing whispers. "A man needs a son." Those words slowly started changing the atmosphere in their home.
By the time Amaka got pregnant the third time, the entire family had turned it into a mission. Prayer houses, church vigils, prophecies. Everyone believed the boy had finally come. But the baby arrived, and it was another girl. They named her Chiamaka. This time, Chindo barely spoke at the hospital. Something in him had started to harden.
When Amaka became pregnant the fourth time, hope returned again. "This one must be the boy," everyone said. Even Amaka believed it. But after hours of labor, the nurse gently placed the baby in her arms. Another girl. They named her Zikora. Chinedu visited the hospital only once. He barely looked at the baby. From that moment, everything changed. Arguments filled the house. "You couldn't give me even one son," he shouted one night. Months later, he packed his things and left. Amaka was suddenly alone with 4 daughters. Life became a daily battle: school fees, food, rent. Amaka started selling akara in the mornings and cooking for neighbors at night. Sometimes she cried quietly after the girls slept. But in front of them, she stayed strong. "Your father may not be here," she would tell them, "but you girls are enough." And they believed her. Years passed. The girls grew into remarkable young women. Adaze earned a university scholarship. Chimamanda became a talented writer. Chiamaka studied accounting and got a good job. Zikora started a fashion business that began to flourish. For the first time in many years, life became comfortable. Then, one afternoon, someone knocked at the gate. Standing outside the gate was Chinedu, older, grayer, but unmistakably their father. "I came to see my daughters," he said. The word "my" sounded strange after so many years. Slowly, he began visiting again. But when Adaze's wedding was announced, he did something no one expected. He showed up with relatives, claiming his place as the father of the bride. Standing in the compound watching him smile proudly beside their success, Amaka felt a storm of emotions. Pain, memories. The same daughters he once abandoned had now become successful women, the same daughters he once blamed for ruining his life. Now the question remained: should they forgive the man who left them behind, or remind him that some doors close forever?